Hi, and thank you so much for joining me. My name is Karen Gray. I'm a certified hypnotist and a registered nurse, and I'm the director here at Green Mountain Hypnosis. And today I wanted to take a couple minutes and talk to you about stress. We all have the effects of stress. We all feel it at some point in our lives. And there are ways that you can turn off your body's stress response and lower your overall stress quickly and easily. So, first, we'll talk a little bit about what stress is. And then I'll share with you a surefire way to lower your stress in the moment and to change the way that you respond to what used to be stressful situations. So, first, a little bit about stress. It's important to understand that stress is not the thing. It's not the thing that's affecting you or the thing you're thinking about. And it has nothing to do with your ability to manage a situation. Stress is our body's normal physiological response to anything that feels like it's threatening our balance, whether that's our physical balance or our emotional balance. And whenever we encounter something that feels like it's tipping us out of our normal, then our body responds by activating our sympathetic nervous system. The sympathetic nervous system activates the fight or flight response, our stress response, and releases chemicals like adrenaline and cortisol. It speeds up our heart rate. It shortens up our respiratory rate, so we're breathing shallow and faster. It redirects our circulation, so it constricts the blood vessels in your fingers and toes, and essentially turns off or slows down the things that your body doesn't need for survival, like higher cognitive function. We become reflexive and reactionary rather than contemplative. It slows down and stunts our digestive system. And that stress response will run its course and continue running until that perceived threat goes away. Now, let's talk a little bit about that perceived threat. So, the stressor, the thing that feels like it's going to tip us out of balance, can be internal, like an illness or an injury. It can be external, like work stresses or relationships or weather. It can be real, something that's actually happening in the moment, or imagined, something we're just thinking about. And all of those things can create the same triggering of the stress response in our bodies. Whether it's happening or you're just thinking about it, whether it's something physical happening with you or something outside of you happening, it all works the same way. And the good news is there is an off switch. The off switch to the sympathetic nervous system is the parasympathetic nervous system. Once we activate the parasympathetic nervous system, it initiates a response called rest and digest. It's the counterpart of the fight or flight response. And that rest and digest response, when it's activated, releases its own set of chemicals, like dopamine and serotonin and melatonin. It slows down your heart rate. It deepens your breathing. It clears your mind. And that brings us back to a state of calm, a state of relaxation. And what I want to share with you today is a simple, easy, and effective way to activate that relaxation response automatically. The method that I like the best, because it is the most versatile and because it always works, is a exercise called abdominal breathing. And abdominal breathing is simple. What you'll do is just be your body in a natural, comfortable state and push your stomach muscles out. And as you push your stomach muscles out, take a deep breath in. And you may notice it feels a little different, especially if you're used to breathing up here, high in your chest with your shoulders. This kind of breathing. So practice it a few times. Push those stomach muscles out and take a deep breath in. Imagine you're filling your lungs from the bottom all the way up to the top. And hold it for a second. And then relax your stomach muscles and let that exhale out nice and easy. Good. Let's do it again. Push those abdominal muscles out. Take a deep breath in, as if you're filling your lungs from the bottom all the way up to the top. And hold it for a moment, and then let it out nice and easy as you let those stomach muscles relax. Good. Go ahead and do a few more while I explain what's going on in your body. When you push your abdominal muscles out, when you push your stomach out, your diaphragm drops. And when your diaphragm drops, that muscle that sits right underneath your lungs, and when that drops, it pulls open the bases of your lungs. That allows you to take a full, complete breath. And that full, complete breath triggers what's called a vagal nerve response. That vagal nerve response activates the parasympathetic nervous system and turns off stress. That's right. So even after just a couple breaths, you may notice that your mind is a little bit quieter. That maybe your fingers and toes are a little bit tingly. Maybe your arms feel heavier. As your body begins the automatic process of relaxing. You're doing great. So I'll share with you the same thing that I teach my clients. What I'll have you do is use these abdominal breaths anytime that you begin to feel tension and stress rising up. Anytime you get that sense of stress beginning to build, take a few nice, deep abdominal breaths. By doing that, you will interrupt that stress response and replace it with the relaxation response. This idea of neuroplasticity, the ability to rewrite the way that your brain operates, will make it so that you respond differently to those situations that used to be stressful. Because you are interrupting the response of stress and replacing it with the response of relaxation. And yes, it works every single time. Because we're activating your body's own mechanisms to elicit a response. And because it's your body's own systems that we're using, it will work every single time. And yes, you can do it anytime, anywhere. It's breathing. I mean, honestly, you were gonna do it anyway. So, anytime you feel that stress, that tension beginning to build up, take a couple nice, deep abdominal breaths. And notice how you can easily allow yourself to relax. There's another way that you can use abdominal breathing as a simple exercise throughout the day, teaching your mind, your body, to choose relaxation instead of stress. And you can use any patterned breathing, though the one I like the best, because it's simple, is square breathing. And to use square breathing, you will simply push your stomach muscles out to begin the abdominal breath and inhale for a count of 4. And hold that for a count of 4. And relax your stomach and exhale for a count of 4. And hold that for a count of 4. Good. And then you'll repeat it. Stomach muscles out as you inhale for a count of 4. Hold for a count of 4. Exhale for a count of 4. And hold that for a count of 4. And you'll repeat that square 4 times. Practice that a couple times a day. Choose 2 times that you're likely to remember. Maybe when you first wake up, and then again before you go to sleep, and then maybe one other time during the day. And just enjoy a few minutes of deep, relaxing breathing. The more often you use abdominal breathing, the more effective it becomes, and the more relaxed and stress-free you'll feel every day. Perfect. Thank you so much for joining me. If you're just coming across this video, then please subscribe to my channel. There will be new videos coming up shortly. And if you'd like more information on this or anything else about hypnosis, feel free to find me at greenmountainhypnosis.com. Thank you so much.